Hello and welcome to another tutorial. I am Cleopatra Allen and I am going to give you a short tutorial. I hope it's short for Brightspace. And so we are into our second week of courses. Hopefully by now we have done at least one virtual connection with the students. I understand many may not attend, but you can also load those videos into Brightspace. And so I'm going to highlight a few things, mainly our plagiarism checker. And so that has now been integrated into Brightspace, and I want to give you a quick tutorial on how to use it and just a few reminders about some other things to help for the semester or for the term, rather. You're seeing a portion of my screen, so that's why you're not going to be able to see the entire frame. I only have a small frame here available. All right, so this is my training course, and what I'm going to do is show you how to use CopyLeaks, which is a plagiarism checker. So if you have writing assignments, everyone does not, but if you have some writing assignments or any assignment that you would like for a plagiarism to be checked on, you can do that. And so the way to do that is very easy. You click on any of your modules, and what you're going to do is click on Add Existing, and you're going to see Submit CopyLeaks Assignment. So I'm going to click on that, and then you can go ahead and identify your assignment. So I'm just going to say sample assignment. The due date is going to be for, let's say today, which is 9/24 at 9:56 p.m. a.m. rather. All right, and so a maximum score, let's just say this is worth 35 points. I want to allow submissions after the due date has passed, and I'm going to tell them to submit module 1 assignment here. Whatever instructions you may have. If you have any uploaded files or a sample template or something for the student to use, you can put that here and then submit. All right, once it submits, it's going to add that sample assignment here. So it's very important to realize that instead of using the assignment feature here, they can go to assignment. You can choose to hide this or not. From what I understand now, you may want to leave it connected for a gradebook item, or you can add a different gradebook item for this CopyLeaks assignment. But the sample assignment is going to be here, and you can see that it is available here. It says the due date, the score, and I actually kind of like it a little bit better than just the regular assignment feature. But you can look at that here. There are no attached files. There's a description. And then it says all set, waiting for submissions from students. You can edit that here. Let's just say if you forget, it's very, very simple to use. And then you can close it for editing. So it's open right now. You can hide it or leave it open for students to be able to see. Now what I want to do is I'm going to impersonate our test student so that I can show you how the students would see it and how you scan a file. So I'm going to click on class list right here to go to my test students. And most of you are probably familiar right now that you can see your students the last time that they logged in. You can select a student, email a student, instant message a student, so on and so forth. You can't unenroll a student. And so for this student, because I have administrative privileges, you can see all these things, but I'm going to impersonate this student. So now I'm viewing it as the student sees it. So the student will see this sample assignment, and when they click on it, it's going to tell them all the information. Of course, they just can't edit it. And so it says no, and it's after 9:56. So now I have to actually go back and edit that to allow it for longer because I wanted to show you what it looks like whenever it scans. I apologize. Gotta love technology, right? So I'm actually going to, um, let's just do it for not tomorrow. And it says it's updated successfully. All right. And then I'm going to go back to impersonate that student. So I apologize about that. Okay, so you see here that as you can see before, once it's closed, if the student says I can't attach anything, that's because it's after the date. And it has to be able to say, so you want to double check that because I thought I had that highlighted, but you want to double check to say submissions allowed after due date. Yes, that's if you want students to be able to submit after the due date in time. So here, what the student can do is upload a file. And actually, let me just grab a plagiarized file so that you can. I don't have any because I have a new. Okay, so I'm going to Smithsonian Mag and I'm getting some information about what is a dog. I'll copy that and put it on a Word document. Sorry, I should have had this already ready, but and my computer is acting a little bit weird, of course. I'm just gonna do this sample assignment right here. I just copied it straight from the internet so we can see together. Save it on the desktop, and I'm gonna call it sample assignment. All right, let's close that. All right, so I'm gonna upload my sample assignment that I just created on my desktop. All righty, and you see it's here and it says submitted. All right, and I really, once you put it there, you don't have to do anything else. You could delete it, but that is done. So now I'm going to stop impersonating my test student and go back to the faculty view of it. Let's see if you can see it. Now you can see that a student has submitted something, Test Betty, that was me. Um, and so you can, what we can do is we can then start the scan. Now, whatever date and time that you put as a due date, it'll automatically scan all submissions, so you don't have to do this individually. And unfortunately, it does take a few minutes to scan. If we just be a little bit patient. While that is scanning, I just want to highlight that you can, just as a friendly reminder, send announcements to students, encourage your students to download the Pulse app on their phone, the Pulse, P-U-L-S-E, available in Google Play and Chrome Google Chrome, excuse me, Google Play, and what do you call it? The iPhone store, Apple Store. Available in both of those as Pulse, just Pulse. They log in with the credentials that they use to log in to this platform. You log in as well as faculty with the credentials that you use so that you can keep up with on the go on the app. So you can do everything on the app as you do on the desktop on your phone, if desired. So we do have a lot of students who actually use the app, and they download it, and we encourage them to because if it's something that we want you to do, they're not always available, and those announcements come through as push notifications if they enable it on their phone. And so it's just another mode of communication with students. And it also helps when you send out the weekly announcements telling the students what's due, reminding them of guidelines and things like that. Um, so you see here that our plagiarism score is a 98.9%. And so you can go ahead and scan it. And the student can scan it. I didn't show you that part, but the student can scan it. And you may want to recommend, like if you're going to set a threshold to say that please do not submit papers that have a score dependent on what that paper is, right, and what it's written about. Have to take that into consideration. But that's no more than 30%, 40%, have a 40% score. They can scan it themselves, and then you can encourage them to go to the Tutor Me, which is the link up at the top. The Tutor Me, I don't have it up here, and sorry. I should have had it up here in my nav bar. But you can edit your nav bar personally for your course as well so that you can see the links that you want to see in your nav bar, and you can delete those that you don't want to see in your nav bar for your course. But just know that it's not just for you, it's for students as well. This is called your nav bar, and usually you'll see in a little ellipsis right here where you can edit it, and you can edit various things, but you can encourage the students to go to Tutor Me. There is a specific writing lab and say, hey, you have some plagiarism issues, and it could be that they're not trying to copy it. A lot of times students just don't know how to adequately paraphrase and use citations. Okay, so you can see that as I copied this straight from the internet, it picked up on that, and it tells you actually this is where I got it from. This is exactly the website that I got it from. But then you can see that other people have plagiarized this website as well. But this one is 99% similar because this is where I got it from. But you can see that other people, perhaps this WordPress right here site is some that they've used. So it'll automatically tell you where students have gotten information. You can also upload files from previous courses if you want to download this and send it to the student, but the student can go and do it themselves, right? And so this is it's more than about similar words matching. You can also change settings in here for your course. Like if you say, okay, not just identical, but you want to see where they've made minor changes as well. So CopyLeaks is a little bit different in that it uses artificial intelligence, and you can also look for where where students just changed a few words, right? Maybe they copied the whole thing, but they went through and said, let me change a few words in here. It'll also tell them that with a minor, you see, I didn't even bother for minor word changes. I just went straight gusto, which I've had students do word for word, right? And put a whole 2-page paper in quotations. Okay, so this is available for you to do now. It's up to you. And then you can set the grade. Now, this does not go to the grade book. I'm still trying to figure this out with CopyLeaks, and because I feel like that's a bit of a work for you. But if you want to know kind of what the student scores are, you can at least look at them before you grade them, right? You could just look at it here prior to grading so that you can say you need to submit here, and you can submit in the actual writing thing so that you can grade it. Because if you're grading with rubrics and doing some other things, unfortunately, it doesn't integrate right there. It integrates in this way. So you have to have the student to upload it right here. And like I said, it does allow you, which I strongly encourage, to upload papers from other previous terms. So if you have like been teaching this course, some of you have been teaching courses, this is our seventh term in JOL, and you've been here all 7 terms, and you want to go ahead and upload all of those papers to check against, you can as well. You can do that for, 3 years or 5 years if you want, in terms of checking for information. I know this was a little bit lengthy, but I do want to make sure that you understand how to use it. If you have questions, as always, many of you will text me. That is perfectly fine, or give me a call at the office. Information. Thank you so